A whole lot more.
Hi everyone.
Hi everybody.
Welcome to the evening live and update. We'll give you updates and tell you why OHM needs to be on the ballot in 2024. Lauren is still literally actively passing along signatures next to me. I just came from the athletics track where I took the boys. They will be taking part of the Western Province Athletics on Saturday.
Yeah.
So we have a long, hectic day the following day after deadline.
Athletics days are so long.
Yeah, it is.
It would have been a perfect place for signatures.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
only there was one more day.
Yeah, if it was only. So welcome. I hope many of you coming to the stream. We really want to get this finished off.
We do. We have no idea where we are. So with the numbers, update.
You need to move up a little.
We are far from done capturing the signatures. So there's a lot we still have to capture. A lot of forms. But as we stand, I need a calculator. I can't math anymore.
Yeah. But we are below 1,000.
Definitely below 1,000.
Which is way better than what you wanted. You wanted
Yes.
it to be at 1,200,
Then we'd be
right?
in the same rate we've been keeping up this whole time.
Yes, this whole time.
We need 916 signatures.
916 signatures still required. So
it's quite a bit to still capture. I'll only give an update probably around 10. No, not 10.
Midnight. Yeah, midnight. So
Midnight.
I just spare a thought for the teams of people that are capturing these signatures.
What's happening here? Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. Is there a reason for that?
No, we are in the stream. Can you all hear us?
They can't say anything.
Can you hear us? How can the chat just be disconnected?
It's gone. It's gone forever.
What? So none of you can hear us?
64 people. No chat. Something's wrong.
Yes.
Should we restart the stream?
Yes.
Okay, bye.
You can see your screen now.
No, I think they're sharing the whole thing.
So it's only the chat that's disabled. So they literally cannot. The chat's not working. We're going to restart the stream from scratch. If you can hear us, please just rejoin the new link that we sent out. Yeah, please. I don't know what's going on now. It's like gremlins are attacking us. And we have a lot of good news. There's 80 people now, but no one can use the chat. This is ridiculous. So I don't know why this is happening.
People are hearing.
People are hearing. So they can hear us, but they can't use the chat.
We can hear you and we see chat. What? We can hear you and we see chat, but you can't chat, Marcelian?
Yeah, so you can't physically do anything in the chat. What on earth? I don't know why this is happening. Okay, we are going to start a new stream right now. Okay. And then you can all join us there. I do want you to be able to be a part of the chat. Okay. So we're going to end the stream now. We're going to restart it again. And we will put it in the community tab of the channel, all the other places where we just put the link. And then hopefully we can have people in the chat. That will really be awesome.
Okay. Marcelian says everyone is typing in the chat. So can you see what people are saying?
If you guys can see what people are saying, we can't see what people are saying, that's fine. We'll continue.
I guess so. Yeah.
So if I type something in the chat, okay, can you see this? I just put hello in the chat.
Everyone's there.
Everyone's there.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
I'll join the live stream. Me. And
yes,
then I can
okay, and then Lauren can put everything in from there. Okay. So we're going to continue because there's already 80 people in the chat. So I don't know what's going on. We literally cannot see the chat. I'm going to try and change it to top chat. Oh, there. And I'll take it back to live chat. Okay, there we go. We're back in business.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for being patient with us. We have 88 people now. I hope we can get more people into the live stream. But the exciting news, we're at 900 signatures.
It's going to be a lot less than 900. There's a lot that needs capturing.
So it's just an avalanche of signatures coming in today. But we need to get done, right?
Margot predicted we'll probably get to the 800 mark. I think she's right. So when we wake up in the morning, it's still another drive to get 800.
It's still another drive to get 800 signatures. But don't you need to go beyond? Don't you want to go beyond the 13,890? Maybe they find fault with some of them or something.
If we reach our target tomorrow, I'm not going beyond that.
Yeah. So I mean, but what I'm saying is, everyone that's captured is seen as valid, correct? Because the IEC checks that there's no duplicates.
If the person's not registered or if the ID is invalid, the system picks that up. So we can see how many people we've captured and how many people are valid. I'll tell you. We've already captured 14,000 supporters. 14,000.
So we have literally gone past the requirement. But how many of them?
Recognized.
Yeah, how many of them have been touched?
Valid? Oh, a lot. No, a lot. So there's a lot of people unregistered. A lot of people give the wrong ID, either on purpose or by accident.
Yes.
So the next, so what's valid? What is considered valid on the IEC system is 12,974.
So we're at 12,974. Incredible.
It is awesome.
So I don't actually know what to think. How do you feel about this?
I just see and think numbers. I can't think words anymore.
But I mean, it's absolutely incredible. But we want to talk to you tonight about why OHM should be on the ballot. So it looks like OHM is definitely going to be on the ballot now, because everything else is ready.
We are a very determined bunch, says Marlene. Absolutely.
Yeah. Almost well done. Keep it coming. I like Andries. I like that we do need to get things done. You know, nothing's done until the fat lady sings. There's many other sayings like that. So we need to get it fully done. If it could be tonight, it would really be awesome. So if we can still go and share the links everywhere.
The links quickly.
Yeah, they're up right up there.
Organized.
So you can just go for it. Yeah, please use my method.
If you have a printer at home and the luxury of printing, then please go and print the form and send your signature in if you haven't already.
And then the online signature. You know, the beautiful thing is Lauren went and found the online site where you could actually sign, which makes such a difference.
Okay, so let's clear that up. There was a party that's going to court. Their form was different. It was a checkbox, and the checkbox said, I
sign. So there was a checkbox you click to say that you sign. That is a digital signature. Not even. Yeah.
So what we have, the system we have, people sign with their mouse.
Yeah, you actually sign. Yes, Donovan, we can absolutely celebrate at this stage. Celebrate the effort, but we're not done. We can have a huge celebration when we're done.
Is so correct.
Yeah.
Job's not done until the paperwork is completed.
Absolutely. Everything needs to be done. So Lauren's been working feverishly with a candidate list. I mean, how many candidates are there in total?
Over 20.
That's really stunning. Yeah. For a party of this age, it's for the first time contesting a national election.
It's an interesting situation. It's an interesting situation because we couldn't get to know the people like we would have wanted to. I can't move closer. Everything's in the way.
You're going to have to move this up so you can get closer to the microphone.
So, yeah, we didn't get to go through the normal approval process we would have gone through because of the thing. But if you're an OHM member and you don't break the constitutional rules, the rules in our internal constitution, then you should be fine as a candidate. So we are confident that the people we have will represent OHM beautifully. Obviously, in like Gauteng, our most active members are also candidates. So I can't wait. That's an obvious natural choice.
So there will be candidates in the regions. 9.
If anyone else wants to be a candidate, let me know.
Yeah, go for it.
If you're an OHM member.
The longer the list, the better.
Yeah. Imagine we get because we've never had mainstream media. We don't know how the public's
going to respond. We don't know how the public's going to respond to the fact that OHM's on the ballot.
Imagine we get 4 million votes. We don't have the candidates for that.
Then the votes go over to the ANC.
They do. They want to trickle down to all the parties.
So, I mean, one discussion on national TV can make a huge impact.
Lana says, we'll get more signatures tomorrow. It was kind of fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. And you're getting many stories from people, messages of stories that people experience getting out of their shells to actually go out and get signatures. I mean, it's a private thing to ask someone for their signature and their ID number.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
So
so
I mean, it's a
private.
huge barrier that was put in place, and OHM supporters and supporters of democracy and the process, the voting process in the country has come forward and helped in large numbers. There must be over 7,000 people that have taken part, either individually or to gather more signatures, people that I've never heard of before that support what OHM is doing.
It's a
So
lot. It's a lot of
it is a
people.
lot of people.
And let's just imagine 13,980 votes. I have to imagine 139,800 votes. So all those
Yeah.
that signed, we need 10 times the amount of votes.
Exactly. It's really
That
awesome.
would give us about 3 seats.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It could be more depending on the voter turnout, etc.
Depends on many factors.
But we want to talk tonight. So this is all good news. It's very humbling to see people work like this, because we work tirelessly, and to see other people do the same. This is powerful, and this is people empowerment. This is true empowerment of people.
I just feel like I need to reiterate that if anyone wants to be a own candidate, let me know tomorrow or now. WhatsApp me right now, so that I can include you in tomorrow's processes. Because I'm going to have to phone you if I haven't phoned you yet, and then give you a form that you're going to have to sign and send back. And this has to happen after we make payments. So please, 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 let me know. Ooh, I got a message. I don't think it's that though. But I need to know. I need to know.
We want to tell you why OHM needs to be on the ballot. What OHM aims to do. The problems with the system. I've spoken about this at length. In the current system, you do not vote for any of your representatives. This is why corruption is possible. This is why state capture is possible. And the state capture happened pre-1994.
Mm-hmm.
That's when state capture took place. So the whole constitutional process, the whole Kadesa process, if you look at the people that was behind it, that's where things went wrong. And things were hidden in our constitution that a lot of people laud as the best in the world, that I didn't know about, didn't even think about, didn't care about, to be honest. And then later saw how these things were used meticulously against us to remove our freedom. And you could see that it was planned very, very well by people that knew exactly what they were doing, that are willing to wait decades to implement their plans. It's fascinating. I thought people would want to do something now. And this is one of the weakest points in voters.
Mm-hmm.
They want something to be sorted out now. Now, the enemy to freedom knows that it takes decades and centuries to get the job done, to create a one world government, to remove all governments from the world, to remove all boundaries, to remove family, to remove male and female, remove all of those things, and then create a new world order. And a lot of people, when you say those words, you get this banner underneath your YouTube live stream or video to say that it's conspiracy theory. I can show you where Obama speaks of it, where Cyril Ramaphosa speaks of it, where the Rockefeller speaks of it, where Rothschild speaks of it, where many people in the world speaks about this new world order being created. And in that order, they want to give governments more power over the people, use the people's money, taxpayers' money, to implement a network of things that's anti-human, to monitor, track, and trace our every move. And the main thing to do this, to enable this, to allow people to believe in this, drive this, beg for it, and pay for it, is they needed crime and violence. So they had to perpetuate crime and violence to get the people to give in, to have a plane fly in the sky. I mean, last night was really annoying. And then today it was up in the sky again, all over the freaking place. It's annoying.
I think
I don't want to live like that.
Everyone should lay a noise nuisance complaint.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have the C3 thing here in Cape Town.
But I mean, that plane was so low. It was probably 150 meters above the ground, scanning the whole flipping area up and down.
Most of the younger people.
And it's not looking for crime, I can guarantee you.
The younger generation. Oh, I'm so old now. I'm talking about the youth, the kids of today are walking around with AirPods, so they don't even hear the thing. So I can foresee a generation that's just clueless to the authority around them and see it as normal, which is sad. I have
Chris.
Chris. Okay, so interesting. Somehow you feel you have what it takes, but too scared, worried about the unknown, and worried about other politicians. Exciting things lay in the unknown. Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds
That
interesting.
didn't sound right. But you need to understand that we've already had a small taste of this. And I wouldn't have done what I've done, the tour around the country that people ask me to do, to tell them what I know. Because I don't know everything, but I know things based on my own experience in intelligence, in the military, and subsequently within the nuclear industry. The things that my dad told me, the documents that I have in my possession, if you add all of that information together, plus all the things that Laura knows that she hasn't told the world yet, when you add that together, you get a very, very clear picture of what is happening. And I think I've been in a very privileged situation, and maybe it's not a good thing for me personally, uh, to have all of those dots connected for me. So I could transfer that to you so you can use it, you do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Because as I tell people, um, you shouldn't just believe what we say. You should test everything yourself, make it your own information. This is super important. OHM is not going to tell you how to live your life. OHM wants to empower you. That means that you cannot look at OHM as your savior, or Lauren as your savior, or me as your savior. It's not going to happen. You're going to see that in many other parties where they're going to promise you all sorts of things. You're going to get the ANC promising people all sorts, the EFF promising people all sorts, the DA promising people all sorts, higher grants, 2 million jobs in the first so many months, stopping load shedding. Nobody can stop load shedding. I can guarantee you that. I can give you a day-long lecture on why load shedding cannot just be stopped now and how long it's going to take to do that, because I'm a professional and expert in that. So these people are lying through their noses. OHM is not going to do that because OHM just wants to put a system in place where you would elect individuals that would then represent your values. And you, as you elect them, can remove them. That's not the case currently.
Yes, that's we only have a 50% democracy, if you can call it that, because voting out is as important as voting in.
Yeah, you must have a way of removing people. And the way the system works now, all the parties are fighting each other. So OHM is going to Parliament to end parties, the party to end all parties. And it might sound strange to someone that's new to this, but that's what's necessary. We need to elect our leaders directly. Direct elections is super important. And when I started the group Direct Elections, a long time ago, remember, it just shot through the roof. In other words, the idea concept was a mainstream idea, really worked well. And there was massive subversion to stop that group from growing. And today, for the first time, bots started attacking my Twitter channel because things really started going off the handle there. And we had many people retweeting what is happening. So, yes, the attacks are there. And it's not the pleasant kind. The person I block the same person. They just recreate the same account with a different identification. It's unbelievable. So all just to try and make you look bad, and things like this will happen. There's certain parties that have teams of people just dedicated towards doing this.
Yeah.
So why else should are you right?
No, my eyes and screens are not working. But
Yeah,
Kathy's
Laura
comments,
needs rest. It's wonderful that we have 120 people in this live stream.
collecting signatures has made me so aware of how many wonderful people are in our beautiful country. This introvert is coming out of his shell. Took me 63 years. Thanks for that, Kathy.
Well, this is why OHM exists, is to help people to become leaders in their own lives first, right?
Okay.
Explain the hierarchy of government that OHM proposes.
I just want to make a comment to comments, but now I forgot.
You need to speak louder, Mevrouw.
Sorry. Yes, that.
Or speaking. I'm gonna hold the mic by your mouth.
Yeah, this has been a political campaign. Getting the signatures. Phil mentioned it. Wrath of Grey. Gabriel's mentioned it. How the government's plan to thwart unrepresented have backfired because of the amount of publicity we now have, because so many members were forced to do this. So that is awesome. I see the positive. Hierarchy of government. Okay, so it's completely different to how we see it now. Right now, national government has all the power, and then provincial government has some things. They have a small mandate. I really see provincial government as a complete waste of taxpayers' money, especially if you meet the MPLs. Very unique bunch of people that should not be employed in the
No.
public sector at
The
all.
public should not be paying them a
And
cent.
then you got local government that deals with the stuff you can see, you know, like roads and streetlights and all that stuff. We want to completely change it around. The first level of government, which needs to be declared, is self-governance and an understanding that you're responsible for your future and you're responsible for your progress. You're responsible for the failure in your life. You are essentially responsible for your life. Because remember, with freedom comes responsibility. There's no such thing as free freedom. Freedom is not free. It comes with lots of responsibility. And
that a lot of people don't want.
I agree. A lot of people don't want it. I've realized that. Next is
until they lose all of it.
We want to officially, as a government, as a country, recognize the family structure as a form of governance. So think about it this way. If government could come and take your kids away from you, they would. Angie Mitseka, the Minister of the Department of Education, already said that government is responsible for the well-being of learners, not parents.
Look at the Ballot bill. They are literally saying that they are responsible. According to their interpretation of our current constitution, they are responsible for your children's education. This is a huge problem. They believe they are responsible for our lives, keeping us alive, and our protection. Not you. You may not protect your life.
No, you may not.
Someone can walk into your house and flip and kill you. The police must come and save you. You can't do anything, because if you do something to that intruder, you're going to go to jail for a long time.
That's what they call justice. Anyway, then there's community governance, where you as an individual...
So individual, family,
community.
And that will be recognized in the new constitution.
And community.
And next is community.
Where you work to improve your neighborhood for free. So I feel like everyone has a responsibility to clean their pavement, as a stupid example, to mow their lawn on that government piece of pavement. Everyone has a responsibility to pick up litter and throw it in the bin, not throw it on the floor. So everyone has
not litter.
To not litter, so everyone has a degree of responsibility, and one can see that in effect. Sometimes some communities have taken charge and done things that have beautified their neighborhoods or whatever, or neighborhood watches is an example of that. But it's the idea that we don't expect government to do these things. We as a community are voluntarily coming together, using our skills and time to improve our area.
The important thing is, in that new system, you're not going to pay taxes for that thing.
No.
That's the important thing to understand. So don't think that you're paying all this tax and then you're expecting to clean the pavement and whatnot. It's not going to work that way.
There'll be less tax. Okay, well, I'll get there. Then the first official government is local government. Then there's national. National has 3 spheres of influence, 3 ministries, if you can call it that. It's protecting the borders, so it's defense. Defense will include international relations. It will include military. It will include, obviously, intel gathering, a whole bunch of things that pertains to protecting South Africa from outside threats, so that we, the people, can live safely and peacefully without international threats. And then there is justice. So we want a national justice system. We want justice to work on a national level. And this is mainly to prevent vigilante groups. We don't want it to be like the United States, where some provinces do the death penalty, others don't. We believe that there should be a blanket justice system that is fair and agreed upon. And then finally, government to varying degrees will be responsible for the management of infrastructure and resources, of which is a very broad umbrella term for everything, including our mines, our land, how land is distributed and zoned. And that will form an oversight over local government as well.
So what this is something that will be negotiated. So OHM is not going to be the government enforcing all of those things, because you will be directly electing people. OHM will cease to be a party. But OHM will help put that system in place, hopefully get the support of other parties to do the same.
Yeah. The idea is that when we are in parliament, that's when we become legislatures. So we will draft the legislation which will shape future government in the country.
It'll be debated in Parliament, while in the current system there's not much debate. So what will happen is the people will have to support it that much and show that support, that they won't have a choice but to go along with it. And there's a lot of momentum for this already.
Yeah, then local government will take care of like everything else. Everything that national government now takes care of.
But that's why OHM doesn't have policies. I think it's important to explain that.
It's also completely possible for a local government. So local governments will become much more prominent. And I think I can't remember
So
the
that's
numbers.
devolution of power.
It is devolution of power.
Yeah.
It's so local
getting it closer
governments-
to the people.
Is it like, I can't remember the number now. I have too many numbers in my head. But there's a specific amount of local governments and metros. Metros will also be divided into 4 and form their own separate local governments. That will be the main government structure that delivers services to people. But it is possible for governments, local governments, to completely wean themselves off any kind of government service to the point where society improves so much, there's no poor among them, and that everything's taken care of civically.
So you need to get rid of grants through empowering people and making sure that you can make the land available. And government has land that you can make available for people to become prosperous. And people can do work for that. There's many things that people can be used for to achieve that. But those are things you'll campaign on if you're running the new system for MP or president or whatever the case may be.
So the framework is there.
Yeah.
We're going to put that framework into legislation. And then
from there, the people will decide.
Parties will go bye-bye, and then independent candidates are elected, and then they do the fine-tuning of that.
Yeah. Very exciting, actually.
We don't want the current people in government to be in charge of
a lot less tax. You know, you can run a national government like the one that OHM is proposing on very little tax.
Jared's asking land distribution, would that be government land? Well, one of our most primary beliefs is that every person has the right to private land ownership. There's quite a few people that think we should just be stewards over land.
No, he's talking about grabbing other people's land.
No. Like that's what I'm saying. We actually believe in private land ownership. Everyone deserves private land ownership, but we're also talking about zoning here as well. That's also another that covers infrastructure and resources.
Only government land is available to give, Jared. So no one should go and take someone else's private land. I mean, that's theft. So because OHM believes in private land ownership and the fact that you can defend yourself based on the values and principles of OHM, maybe you should just quickly run through that. The values and principles of OHM.
We on 13,001 signatures.
Huh?
13,001, and still not everything has been processed because I still have to forward some.
So we're under 900.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So 889.
We need 889.
889 signatures.
800. I didn't have to use my calculator for that. It's just my brain stopped working the past few days.
889 and still more being captured.
AJ says, I wish I was there to help with this electrifying experience.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
It is electrifying.
So how do you people feel? You all achieve this. I mean, like I said earlier, it's probably around 7,000 individuals that have been involved in this effort.
Wrath of Gabriel says, so more power to the people and less big government. Yes.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely.
Correct. Relieved, says Chris.
Relieved, yeah.
I want to do a Zoom session.
Definitely relief.
With everyone that has worked so hard over these past few days, just so that we can like debrief and talk about our achy feet and stuff.
Pieces of cake to get 900. We still need to get the 9. It's less than 900 now.
Piece of cake, not pieces of cake.
See, I can't even read properly anymore.
No.
Oh, if I have to tell you how many times I have shared and copied links, and some of the links don't work, then you have to fix that up later. Yeah, woohoo! Now the real work starts. Yes, St. John's is absolutely right. There's a lot more to do. We need to get seats in Parliament, so because that is where legislation takes place. Stop the ad. Whew. Made it on time. You only have a setting to set it on maximum 30 minutes. So you have to check when it comes up to skip the thing.
Okay, so I believe that we should. So I have put off making the payment to the IEC because only once I've made the payment does the candidates section unlock.
Yeah.
But I think now it's safe to do it.
Yeah, I think you can do that now. Yeah.
Now we're going to do it. Mm-hmm.
So people,
I've never paid.
don't drop us now. We need to go, yeah, and get
I've
the rest
never
of the
physically
signatures.
paid 300,000 over to anyone.
Wow,
in
to
my
anyone.
life. I feel like I need everyone to hold my hand.
I have signed for millions in the past.
It's not the same
That's
as
quite-
pressing pay now
No,
on
yeah,
the app.
it is different.
Help. That's very nerve-wracking. Maybe I should do it live on OHM.
As a project manager, you get to deal with scary amounts, and you sign on the dotted line,
That
and
is
then the
scary.
money's released.
I'd
yeah.
be very scared doing stuff like that. Anyway, I don't know when I'll make the payment, probably in the morning. I'm going to live stream it because I don't want to be alone.
Lauren's going to give the evidence of the payment.
It's not about the evidence, it's just scary.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, once we do that, I can start uploading candidates on the system.
Yeah, we'll do it live.
Do it live. I will absolutely do it live.
Kathy says the pressure's just increased, the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really want to thank everyone that has gotten behind this. Earlier, I put out posts on Facebook. I went back into my intelligence mind. I haven't been there in quite a while.
No, you've been in your stupid mind.
Stupid mind, yes. And I put out posts where I asked people.
Make sure it does not exceed your daily limits.
Have you thought of that?
I've not thought of that.
Oh my word. How do you change the limit? I mean, isn't that a big deal with a party account?
Yes.
Anyway, let's not discuss that live
We'll
over here.
later.
Yes. No, soon. Like tomorrow. So I put out posts where I asked people who has actually signed for them to be on the ballot. And I think it brought a bit of accountability. I did this on Facebook, and the people just started responding, especially on the Beyond Politics page on Facebook. Who's got over 26,000 people on it now. It just grew massively after I put out that video on a warning to the world, which got, I think, now close on 2 million views. And the people started responding. And because of that, people actually started doing things. So in the past, we maybe weren't that effective in reaching people with the algorithms, but the algorithms kicked in today in a big way.
It did.
It probably started yesterday and then built. I think the Facebook Live we did this morning made a big difference.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. Yeah. Please talk about the values and principles. Absolutely.
Yes, values and principles.
And then there was something else. I like Kathy's stories here.
But this is why OHM should be on the ballot in 2024. Values and principles
but
are
still,
very
I want to
important.
read the cool comments. The petrol attendants all give me beaming smiles when they see people signing for OHM. I go up to people as they arrive to get petrol or go into the Shell Select. That's so awesome, Kathy. It's so nice when our members find these niche places where they're welcome to gather signatures. And then Marlene says she's cross-eyed. Also, I have like eye twitches. It's nuts. Cross-eyed, numbness, tech poison.
Yeah, she said your fingers are sore from.
No, that was leave our kids alone. My fingers are fine. It's my eyes.
Your wrists are okay. Someone said earlier it feels like the Loka days, the leave our kids alone days. When it was also a massive drive.
Permanently on.
That was just as hectic as this, just for longer. It was like for 2 months.
Well, it's 2 months till the elections. It's going to be the same thing.
It's going to be the same.
So I'm kind of glad it's soon elections now because then it's not so hectic. I think everyone that's been collecting signatures must be quite tired. Yet we still have one more day of hard work to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it's fundraising after that.
Yes. As soon as I sign that money over to the IEC, it's fundraising again. Jasper says subtract another 3 signatures from outstanding. Yeah, we still have a bunch. We still have a bunch to do.
Yeah, Lauren's got everything open here, so she can see. And where's the online ones? You have to send that through. That's also climbing. So yesterday, how many online ones came through? 550 odd.
555 exactly.
Yeah. So the online signatures have definitely worked. And they will be presented to the IEC exactly as all the others. So there's no issue with online signatures. Keep on doing them. If you can't print the form if you can.
Oh, we wish we could help in Namibia. Okay, but let's talk about the
Values
values
and
and principles.
principles.
I'll talk about the principles first because that's what was invented first. The principles of OHM. So when I came up with the principles of OHM, I thought, what are the 6 things that we can all agree on as South Africans with all our various different religious beliefs and political beliefs and all kinds of beliefs? We're all so different. We're so insanely different. And I think it's important to acknowledge that. And it's clear because some people just don't like each other. Some people don't want to spend time with each other. And it's understandable. It's fine. If you look at the political spectrum, South Africans will be all over the place. So we won't see eye to eye on everything all the time. But what can we agree on? The 6 principles are things, they're broad, they're not specific, but they're things which I think are the pillars of a civil society that can exist in a multicultural place where everyone is different.
So the thing that can unite people from different backgrounds, cultures, religions, etc.
Millennials,
Yeah.
boomers,
Or people
etc.
that come from different countries that are in South Africa.
So liberty is number 1, obviously, because
Liberty,
without freedom, life is pretty pointless. Hey, who agrees?
So liberty is first.
How is life
then
worth
life.
living? Like when you were in the army, when you speak of the army days, you were not given much liberty.
None.
Actually, you won't get you could watch movies or like
Yeah,
buy
when
some
they
chocolates.
said so, everything
Yeah.
that happened, yeah, it's the same as being in a smart city.
So there's no freedom. So is there any purpose to life then? Can the
Your
soul have a
purpose
purpose?
is to
Serve the state.
is to be a piece of cannon fodder or to cannon someone else.
So we want the
basically.
opposite of that. We believe freedom is what makes life worth living. With freedom comes struggle, and that's part of the growth process. So this beautiful duality of struggle, growth, success, struggle, growth, success, I think is so beautiful. It's a beautiful song of humanity that Klaus Schwab and his friends want to kill. And then there is, after liberty, is protection of life. And this is just a mindset of caring for life. And when it comes to government, I'm particularly passionate about finding ways to govern from the perspective of the most vulnerable. Mexico City, I think, kind of got this right on a local level.
I want to include pets here too.
No, of course, animals. Yeah. Oh, you're softening up your perch now.
Not softening up. I get furiously upset when people have pets and they can't look after them.
Yeah.
That makes me really upset.
And even our elderly that's just like ignored. The lives of the elderly, especially like in the hospitals, we've seen some scary videos. Are not like in the old days. But anyway, protection of life in many ways can infiltrate society. I remember just reading a story when I worked for City of Cape Town, how Mexico City designed a portion of their city center from the perspective of little children. So there were places to sit, there were shady spots, there were drinking fountains, but everything was done in such a way that as you're walking through the city, you're comfortable and safe.
So you're thinking about the more vulnerable people. Yeah.
There's sitting, there's ramps. So it's nice. I like that idea. But I think it's also imperative.
It should be obvious, shouldn't it?
It should be obvious.
Yeah.
Few famous people have said things like you can judge a nation by how they treat their pavements and their pets. That's pretty much where that idea comes from. Then the next is respect for the earth, which I don't think happens. Respect for the earth basically means we look after our natural resources. Everything we need to survive does not have to come from a lab like those promoting the fourth industrial revolution. Go follow Bill Gates on Instagram, and he's eating these fake meat burgers all the time, and he has pictures with his grandkids. He's really trying to sell this foods grown in a lab story, and I'm not buying it. I want to eat food that grows in soil, in dirt. Must come out of the dirty soil ground. That's what I want. I want to eat art apples. Earth apples.
You love the fact
I
that it's
love
called
earth
that,
apples. Yes, earth apples. And so respect for the earth is just honoring the fact that everything we need is for, it comes from the earth for our survival. Everything we need for survival comes from nature. And we should therefore respect nature. It bothers me so much that sewage that's not treated properly is just pumped into our oceans, for instance. So there's many local examples one can use on how our natural resources are absolutely destroyed by governments and corporations.
And when everyone's talking about, the earth warming up and all sorts of other things, localized pollution is a huge problem and it's not discussed at all. Everyone is running off to COP27, COP28, and they are discussing things while there's sewage running into the river in your neighborhood, or factories are dumping alcohol into rivers and killing all the fish. This is happening right there, and it has nothing to do with climate change. The climate has always changed as long as it's existed, and the sun is the biggest driver for that, and always will be. That's not going to change. So we don't believe you should pollute things on purpose. We need to be stewards over what we use.
And there's degrees, obviously.
Yeah.
Next is self-reliance, and that is trying to take care of your needs yourself as much as possible. Right now, it's the opposite.
Yeah, people depend on government. In fact,
Yeah.
it's almost 40 million people now depending on government for grants. It's insane. You can't have a small amount of people being robbed to give to other people. Those people need to be empowered, and they need to be taught that in order to have children, you need to be able to look after the family, and you need to be given a place where you can do that. So all of those things can be made possible. South
So we
Africa's
want
plenty land.
self-reliance to become intertwined with South African culture, and I think to varying degrees it is, but more. We want to make it more mainstream.
And color should cease to exist in language.
Yes.
Totally unnecessary.
That doesn't fit under self-reliance.
Yeah,
It fits under
people
unity.
have
You're jumping
names.
the gun. After self-reliance is continuous progress, and that's in every level of our lives, individually, in your family, in your community, in government itself, and in the country as a whole. One needs to make sure that progress is happening all the time, because the opposite of progress is death. Stagnation is death. So you have to move forward and progress. And I think a lot of people stay stuck in their ways. A lot of cultures also stay stuck in their ways. And it's important for people to be critical, look at the situation critically and move forward. That'll be up to each individual to do, but it's a theme that will be promoted at every turn. Finally, national unity, where we basically obliterate racism. I see racism as real as it is in terms of attacks against people because of the color of their skin. It's still a social construct. It was constructed by other people to pit people against each other.
In the early 1900s, it was very cleverly designed.
So one thing we need to do, and I think as this new government system alleviates poverty to varying degrees in various places around South Africa,
based on the people's effort,
I think naturally prejudice should get less and less. But at the same time, we want to actively cease calling each other by colors because it's stupid. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I don't know why politicians do that. It's one of the divide.
So even things. Like with OHM, we don't measure what our members are. We don't know.
Not at all. It doesn't matter.
It does not matter at all. So we don't even know. We don't even check. Like, whatevs, man. We'll see you when we see you.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Everyone's
so important
welcome.
To identify purely as South African, regardless of who we are, what we look like.
Link to the online form.
Links to the form. So those are the 6 principles: liberty, protection of life, respect for earth, self-reliance, continuous progress, and national unity.
It's also in the description of this video. A lot of people don't know where to find the description, as I've noticed, or where to find the comments. So it'll be in the first comment once this live stream is done as well. And then you can just WhatsApp a picture to this number.
South Africa will influence the morphogenic field of the world to adjust back to love. Please explain that.
Okay, and then email.
Oh, wait, someone asked about forms in Paro.
Info. You're earthing out. So am I. I have to really focus on what I'm typing here.
Scroll up a bit more.
Okay, you can take over the mouse.
Peter Fourie, where can I sign the form in Paro? Paro. Who do we have in Paro?
Well, you can sign online, but the form would be better if you can.
Yeah, if you can sign online. You can print the form and sign the form.
You can do both.
You can do both.
You can do both. Yes, you can, because you won't be captured twice, but will have a form evidence as well. If you have signed online, you can go and sign a form.
But not the other way around.
Yes, not the other way around.
No.
Yes.
Definitely not the other way around.
So all of you that are able to fill in forms, even if you signed online, you can do that, because then the form is a better or easier. It's an easier form of evidence to attach for the IEC.
Marlene says no rest. Campaign mode then kicks in. Yes. So you're asking me to talk about OHM. I'm just talking about numbers and signatures. I'll talk about OHM after.
Yeah, but to me, the last one, is national unity. You already said
national
that.
unity.
But
I just
then
want to send more signatures.
But I want to mention the values of
Yes, those are important.
Very important. The first value of is love. When last have you heard politicians speak and use the word love? You won't hear that. You don't hear them use the word bravery, camaraderie. Those words are not in their vocabulary because they don't care about people. They don't care about teams. They don't care about people working together in teams. They don't care about a nation of people. They want to divide people. The system that this parliament is in right now, which has been declared unconstitutional by the Constitutional Court, which they then try to fix via this ridiculous legislation or regulations around the Electoral Act. It is an absolute joke. And the Concord will have hearings post the elections. And this is probably one of the biggest mistakes they ever made, is not to urgently hear this.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that has overcome this just speaks to the character of the people. Oh my word, there's stuff
it's me. It's me. I'm open everywhere.
Lawrence is sending
more signatures to be captured, okay? My apologies.
We could get to 700 tonight.
Imagine.
Yeah. But we need to carry on until it's more.
It's me.
Okay, it's still you. Okay, so the signatures are still flying through for people to capture. I don't know if they're capturing while they're watching this. But love is the first one. And I don't see any leaders in Parliament. The one thing you need to know, and this is why OHM needs to be on the ballot, OHM will be the first party in Parliament that wants to end the fact that it is a party. It wants to have all its members that want to run for public office be elected directly. They would have to campaign, have public debates, and all sorts of things. These things need to be put in place. Then OHM wants to educate the South African public to actually understand what a democracy is, so that they demand a democracy and that they are active citizens in that democracy. Good grief. How many signatures are those? Wow.
Some of them are just like one or two.
The 1 and 2s are important, people. Just keep on sending through. Wow, you've sent through a few hundred now. So it's really awesome to see how people are sending in these signatures. So love is super important. The people in Parliament right now, that system was set up for them to fail. In other words, you can't fully blame them. Yes, they are using the opportunity the system is providing them. It was always meant to be that way. They were always meant to fight each other across the aisle. That is not a proper governance system. In government, you need to be able to put legislation together to serve the people in the country. And at local government, all normal services need to be provided that the people need. You don't force services on people. In the OHM system, each local government will see what are the people's needs. And if they don't have all these needs, they're willing to do certain things themselves, even tarring roads and whatnot, then they can do it. You can just make sure the standard is good enough, and you can set those standards through regulation. And that is what a government does. You are a legislator. That's what politics is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be people fighting each other. It's supposed to be people coming together, using good ideas to improve things. And continuous progress is part of that. So love. The next one is knowledge. It's something that's sorely lacking. How many of the people in government right now, in Parliament, if you had to meet them, they are dumb. These people are just loyal to a party. That's why they are there. They've put in the time and the years, shown their loyalty. They are not capable at legislating. Where's the legislation coming from? A lot of it's overseas. Overseas interest groups, the United Nations and all their crony sub-organizations, sending it through and saying, listen, you need to adopt this into your legislation in South Africa. You're part of the United Nations, Bob's your uncle. There you go. And you'll get stacks of papers you must read through, and then your party will tell you how to vote on something that you don't even understand or comprehend because you don't have the capacity to do so. So in direct elections, you're going to elect people that are capable. People will put themselves forward that you've never seen before. That'll have debates. You will create the platforms on television where they can talk to each other, not attack each other, but say what they have to offer, and then people can vote for that person. It's a completely different setup, and it doesn't exist anywhere else in the world in the format that OMI is proposing.
I don't think so.
Especially the fact that majority rule ends.
Yeah.
There'll be no more majority rule. It'll be a true democracy. Majority rule is not a democracy at all. And that's what we currently are. It's a complete farce. It's a joke. So love, knowledge. Next is justice. Without justice, no civil society can exist. You are goners. You are goners. Yeah, just yeah. So
please?
yes, I'll dim the light. Yeah, a bit until no one can see us.
Thank you. That's so much better. Thanks.
So justice is super important. At the moment, justice is not served on many things. I don't think there's anyone that will argue that justice is not served in the system. Why do people think it'll be better if the DA and their pact is running the government? Besides the fact that they don't actually know that the DA are too scared to fucking run the country.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
Propaganda.
So they can't run the country. I mean, nobody's been able to run the country. There's literal people in government that are employed, that are paid salaries, that are not politicians, that has been doing things. And since cadre deployment and whatnot started, and it happens in wherever people are ruling.
It feels like me.
Cadres are deployed. The DA deploys their cadres. The ANC deploys their cadres. It's no different. So justice is super important, and justice is not served right now. And the last one is action. You need to be able to take action. So love, knowledge, justice, and action. Those are the values of OHM.
So I just want to circle back to...
You're going to have to speak up. I'm going to
circling back to running the country. You said the government cannot run the country. It's because they spend, and I mean all governments, all parties.
You've seen how they argue. And
they're trying to run people's lives.
Yes.
That's the problem. They don't know how to run country.
They put planes in the sky with...
So they try to run people's lives. That's not what government is. Government takes care of the country so people can live.
Governments get larger and larger, the more money it needs from taxpayers, the more the people start turning against it.
Yeah.
The more they need to protect themselves against the people, the more riot police they have to train.
Exactly.
You know, after COVID, Cyril literally employed 5,000 more riot police and trained them. I shared some of those hilarious videos, which just showed you the buffoonery that's ongoing. But the riot police to stuff the citizens of the country up that pay their salaries. I mean, it's absolute madness. None of this will ever exist in OHM created government because OHM won't be the government. You will have independent candidates. And if Lauren wants to run for president, she can. And then people will vote for her based on what she believes in. And then she can say what is important to her. If someone asks her, what is your feeling on capital punishment or abortion or anything, then she can say how she feels. OHM has no policies on nothing. So don't even ask. OHM is there to change the system,
one job
the governance system, nothing else.
Homeowners Association.
Are we going to have control over our own financial system? How many people have I met that have come up with new financial systems?
A lot of people have.
Many. So there's many options. These things will be discussed because the central banking system, as you should know, is controlled or what was created by Amschel Rothschild and his 5 sons. If you have watched my Moments in Time series of videos, I lay it out there in detail, and everyone, the whole public, can go and watch those. So once you have that understanding of the banking system, we need to create something unique and parallel for South Africa. So you create a parallel system. You don't go and attack them. You make them irrelevant. So this is a very important strategy that OHM has. You create the alternative. You create the new government.
It goes hand in hand with
Yeah.
our self-reliance aspect of society.
You already create that society. You already create that.
That's what
that
Buckminster,
government.
R. Buckminster Fuller said. I still need to
And
read
then
his
the rest,
spaceship book.
that lot becomes irrelevant overnight.
As I was saying, R. Buckminster Fuller said that you don't destroy something that's existing, you create something else that other
That's
people,
better.
that's better, that other
Yeah.
people will adopt. Not
And then they
exact words.
become
It
irrelevant.
becomes irrelevant.
You don't attack large corporations. You create something that's more attractive, and people will go there. That's that simple. So that is a non-conflict way of making things that you don't want anymore irrelevant. If you don't have the ability to do that, then you must suffer. You must chop off and come and just take what's coming your way. And this own plan is one where you empower yourself, and it's a difficult sell to many people. They want someone to save them.
I have a theory.
Where's the signatures at now?
I'm going to do maths. I'm going to do maths on my calculator. I quit maths. I quit thinking. Even my words
But
are
you
not
were
right
good at
today.
maths. I mean, you had high grade maths and you did excellent.
I did. The clever kids would ask me for help.
So Lauren's a maths guru, but not tonight.
No.
Minus. I'm glad that's a minus. Where are we at?
864. We need 864. So we'll start tomorrow morning with a new announcement, and I'll say to everyone, this is how much we need. It will probably be around 800, maybe 700 and something. So with the same energy and vigor everyone had today, we have to continue tomorrow. Please,
Yeah, let's get this done by tomorrow. At this rate, by tomorrow evening, 5-6 o'clock, you should be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to. I'm paying tomorrow. tomorrow, so I can't give short
Not
signatures.
Friday. Lauren is paying tomorrow.
Tomorrow, because I suspect a lot of traffic on
so
Friday.
Yeah, throw all your spare change.
Yes, please.
To the overcoat.
We're gonna have 0 rands left.
Yeah, like nothing.
It's insane. I've paid for a lot of Facebook ads over this time, and that's why we would have had a little bit more, but
Billy, the last time someone did that, they got shot in the back of the head. So yes, you need empowered citizens to be able to do that. Very important. So let's not talk about the details. Let's stay alive to implement the change. That's all I can say.
I'll let you know, Lana. We'll do a final count just before we end.
But isn't it incredible what has happened? Absolutely phenomenal what the people have done. Like I said, over 7,000 people
Claudia
involved.
says that she can see we love each other. It's hilarious.
We do. To go through all of this together, absolutely.
We don't know why. Hey?
No, why do we love each other? There's nothing to love, hey? Literally.
There's always the couch bank, says Tammy.
The couch bank, yes.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, listen, there's many things that people should keep quiet about. And there were actually some comments I saw today, and I thought, people, don't say that. Just, if you know or understand it, keep quiet about it. It's important to know when to say something and when to keep quiet, not to tell the whole world that you know something. That could create problems for others. So, yeah.
More signatures are coming.
More signatures.
Oh, my
wow,
word,
it's
that's
a lot. It's 2 full pages. That's another 40. So, yeah, on your way to 700 tonight, I think. Rama's couch, yes. Yeah, all of those dollars were obviously meant for buying bribes. So the African National Congress has a very simple plan. Neil de Beer spoke about this, the logistics to get 7 million people to the polls. And yeah, you need to ask yourself, why would that much money be spent for the ANC to hold on to power? To own it doesn't matter. Own just needs to get into parliament to put the idea there. I mean, there were ANC members that signed Ohm's signature page. So anyone that believes in democracy will believe that new parties should be able to get onto the ballot, that you shouldn't put all these restrictions in place. And I feel for all the parties that haven't had the people on the ground yet that could do this.
It is sad.
I mean, we've worked flipping hard to build up. Oh, goodness.
How many to go, David? Hi. 800 and something. I can't remember now.
We've worked incredibly hard to build up the platforms and everything else. It takes hours and hours and hours all the
David,
time to do this.
It's 864 and counting. We're still uploading
Yeah, but
a
you
few.
just got tons in. You're
This
gonna
one
go.
might be a repeat. I
Okay.
recognize the caption.
Is it? Okay.
But still, we're probably going to have about 800 by the end of this live stream to go, maybe.
Angela
We'll see.
says, I've had a couple of NK sign and ATM and an ANC
That's so
supporter.
cool.
That's people that believe in democracy. I would sign anyone's page.
Me too. I had a meeting yesterday, so 12 parties showed up. And it was interesting. It was medium productive, I would say.
Answer quickly.
In front of everyone.
Yeah.
No shame.
No,
I'll
no,
respect
just,
people's
just
privacy.
Leave. No, answer.
It's 10
Please
o'clock.
take the call.
I'm in a live stream. What is wrong with
I'll
you?
carry on. I'm here. It could be super important.
Anyway, what was I saying? There's now two types of people. He's someone that will be in a meeting with someone and he'll answer the phone.
Maybe you should answer because it's urgent.
We'll wait till the meeting's over.
You see, I have dealt with crises at a level that most people cannot comprehend. And in that crisis, if you see that one thing you didn't do that you could have done, the repercussions down the line, most people cannot even calculate or imagine. And sometimes a phone call can just be that one thing.
Maybe.
That one thing that makes all the difference.
Anyway, medium productivity with the party meeting, but a lot of them are not on social media at all. So they're really in rural Limpopo or rural Northwest.
Yeah, that's the best way, where you actually get people on the ground.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah.
And some of them have all their signatures but no money. So it was quite an interesting situation. Some have their signatures and almost all their money. Some have all their signatures, no money. But then there was this one party that started November last year. They have enough signatures for province. So he said, go for it. Don't worry. Just go for province. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see all these different parties and their dynamics.
But a lot of them have not received training from the IEC. It's the IEC's job to train the parties to understand what's going on.
Shame,
and that's one thing that will introduce is training for all people.
Continuous training. That goes in line with continuous progress.
Correct, yeah. That's not happening right now. So if you become a representative, you will get training. You need to be trained.
Yeah. I was just thinking of another party messaged me today and said, how do I get on the online platform? They haven't even started capturing signatures yet.
Shame.
I don't know how that's going to work out.
Did you explain to them?
Yeah.
Wow.
But still.
I just feel for these people. They're so desperate. They haven't been helped. It's clear that there was no intention for these people to be on the ballot. Even when they have lots of support on the ground. And I mean, some of these people have worked in the rural areas to get massive support.
And they have.
And they have enough support to get a seat in parliament. And the means used for them to contest has not been made easy. It's not right. You should not have to own a computer to contest elections. And according to the IEC, you don't need to.
Yes, you're handing everything by hand.
But you have to capture all the signatures on the online system.
Yeah, so we've moved into...
That's unfair.
We've moved into the fourth industrial revolution with our voting system.
Totally unfair.
Well, you'll see where that will go, right?
But I think you'll see litigation taking place, and just pray that MK is on the ballot, because if they are not, the country is going to get flattened, like literally.
I'm sure they got it.
Okay, let's put the links out again.
Should I do a final count?
Yes.
Okay.
Please, before we go off the live stream, Peter has asked, there's the digital link, and then I'm going to give you the link to the PDF form as well. Here's the link to the PDF
My browser
form.
doesn't open the online form and I can't print. Is there any other way to do this?
You can't print, yes. The online...
No, his browser doesn't open it.
Yeah, but this link, it should open. It could be that the link that you had before, Reno, email me and I'll send the link to you if I have to. That's one. Or email Ohm, and Ohm can send you the link. It's not Zuma's party. He was made the party leader. He didn't start the party. But I'm sure it had a lot to do with the organization.
We need 855 signatures still.
855.
Yes.
But if you submit those forms, then it's going to drop even
A little
further.
bit less. But still, we need 855. I think that's awesome.
Okay. But it's all in the description underneath this live stream. You can find all the details, the links that work, but I'll put it out again. So, WhatsApp number is 066 556 9940. Is that correct?
I think so.
You think so? That's a WhatsApp
That's
number.
correct,
You can
yes.
send. You can take a picture of the form and send it to that WhatsApp number, and then the email. What is that again? info@ohm.org.za. Okay.
So Lana says, yeah, magic words today was they don't want us on the ballots. Response was, where do I sign? Reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Okay, so why should OHM be on the ballots? Now I'm only getting to the topic.
Okay.
Now
I
I'm
can
only
sit
waking
back.
up.
I have discussed it already, but now
Why, thank
the
you.
leader, the founder of OHM can talk.
Well, there's really two reasons. And oh, nice. I like the picture.
Can we ask people to guess your age?
Most people know my age. So the main
Those that
reason
don't.
is that I think OHM is really the only party that has a plan for system change. Since OHM was started, a couple of parties jumped on the bandwagon and started speaking about system change, but we actually have a plan. And I think it's an implementable plan. I'm excited about the government system and structure we'll be living within. So
And how we'll be voting.
Hmm.
Very different to now.
And we didn't even talk about that today. We didn't even cover that. We want to be able to vote for our president directly and everyone else. And then the other thing is, I think we're the only party that can implement the changes properly. I would never, I mean, Des and I have spoken a lot. Isn't there, couldn't we get some other party to adopt this and then I just chill and become a rich housewife?
I can just go fishing with the lighties and
but
athletics.
No, because I feel like everyone will want to change the plan so that there's still some kind of power they hold on to.
Over people. People are addicted to power.
People are.
But people get confused when you don't want power over them.
Anyway.
It's like they're totally confused. When you say, no, we want you to be strong. You.
Yeah.
Make yourself strong.
And we facilitate.
Because it's going to take effort, yeah.
Facilitators.
Train, give training, and help the person to put in the effort. In our own system, people that don't want to work or don't want to do anything is just going to rot and die, because that's not going to be too kosher at all. It's not going to be an easy system to live in.
Freedom is hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Effort.
So yes, politically we want to be able to vote for our president and all our representatives. We also don't want provincial government because it's a waste of taxpayers' money. Ultimately, we want government to get smaller and smaller and smaller, tax as a result to get less and less and less, and people to become better and better and better.
Yeah.
And I don't know any
more
other
self-reliant.
I don't know any other person or party that's actually promoting that.
Not dependent on grants. Actually moving away from grants.
Yeah, they might speak about system change, but they don't actually want a system change that makes government less powerful.
And it must be done in a stable way. So you don't go and you block something away the day you walk in. It doesn't work that way. You create something parallel to remove the other thing in time. It will become irrelevant. So you have to prove its irrelevance by making something better. If you don't create something better, you will not remove something else that is better than it. And the best plan will always win. And I haven't seen a better plan than the OHM plan. So at this stage, the OHM plan will win. That's what it'll do. And people can throw all sorts of things OHM's way. In the end, OHM will overcome it because it's people that will overcome it. It's not me or Lauren.
No.
I mean, people have now shown independently how they can go and do things. Incredible things. It's a proof of the plan.
841. We need 841 signatures. So we still have work to do tomorrow, a lot. So we do ask you to please continue getting signatures. We will do a live stream in the morning, right?
Yeah, Lauren will answer that. That's the OHM's number, so I'm not going to. Lauren will send it to you. But thanks for your support, Reno, David, Sky, Lana, really everyone that has shared things on Twitter, on Facebook, on where's the other places? YouTube, of course.
We're on TikTok and Instagram too.
You have very few TikTok followers, but you get thousands of video views.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Over 1,000. Over 1,000.
So you will see on YouTube, our videos are getting almost no views at the moment. No, very few people are interested in this, but those that are making a huge difference and impact. So we keep on doing that.
Okay, it's just going to keep on going up.
Yeah, it'll spread like wildfire to the rest of the world.
It's 22:11. It's 22:11. It's 11 past 10. 11 minutes past 10.
Is it load shedding? Oh no,
no, it's not. 13:051.
I never switched to
839.
839 is dropping as we speak. So people are crunching the numbers while in the meeting. My legs are starting to cramp. Yeah, I need rest, my word. It's really awesome that you joined us. How are you going to be updating everyone tomorrow? Because we should reach the total tomorrow.
We're going to do a YouTube live stream and then Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And WhatsApp.
So are you going to update everyone tonight sometime on the final numbers? Hey? Where are we going to put that?
WhatsApp groups. I'll do a Twitter as well.
A Twitter.
OHM's Twitter, but you'll probably tweet it as well.
Yeah, X. I just had deja vu of this exact moment.
Cool. That's amazing.
That is fascinating.
Anyways, deja vu. We really can't relax now. We had an amazing day. Phenomenal day.
Incredible.
We exceeded my expectations.
We started with what? 2,700 and something required.
But we have a long way to go still.
You literally, 264 something, wasn't it?
I don't know.
So you got over 1,700 signatures today.
That's amazing.
It's like almost 1,800.
So we need a lot more. 800 and something. 838. So that's where we will end. We need 838.
Yeah.
838 signatures by tomorrow this time.
So let's put in the last push. It's very important that we get it done. Okay, we will tell the whole world when it's done.
And the other thing is, tomorrow I'm being interviewed by a YouTube channel called 360 Degree Experience. So 360 the number, and then experience. So he seems to be politically themed in his YouTube channel.
So at 10 o'clock?
It's not live.
Okay.
I don't
interview and then you
think
will
it's live.
then you'll probably put it out whenever.
Yeah. So we're interviewing at 10, then I don't know when he's going to load it on YouTube. But yeah.
And I really need to start doing interviews with people on the channel. I think people are too afraid.
I'd be afraid.
To speak to me. What have I done to anyone? Rip them to shreds for fun. But when I interview people, I'm not going to do that.
No one can talk nonsense to you because you're so logical.
Shame, yeah.
And you're brutal. Like, you're not kind about it.
Yeah, please keep pushing tomorrow. Thanks, Dale.
Thanks for your signatures too, Dale and Lana and everyone else.
Thanks. There's so many people. We probably met on tour around the country. Remember, there were over 10,000 people that came to the meetings. Well, we stopped counting at 10,000. So yes, there should be a lot of people that will support what OHM is doing. OHM should be able to get seats in Parliament. I mean, this is not a fly-by-night effort.
Nope.
So hopefully we will get the votes to get 2, 3, 4 seats. And
my laptop just died because I don't keep it plugged in.
Okay. Laptop dead.
So 838 is the last number I know of. If anyone can update me, Marlene, Jarita, I don't know if you're still on, let us know before we log out.
Yeah, good night, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for this huge effort. It's just been incredible. I don't actually know what to think. I mean, last week, Friday, it looked very doomy and gloomy.
It was. It was so doomy and gloomy.
I mean, how do you expect people like today to get 1,700 signatures? That's literally what went down today.
It just makes me think, what else is possible?
Yeah, what else can we do? It shows the robustness of the ideas, people's belief in true democracy, which we don't have at the moment. We have a partial democracy. So, yeah, sleep nicely, enjoy the evening. I think the stress is gone now. It's just the last effort.
I think on Sunday, for those that have been volunteering a lot, if you want to do a Zoom, we can do a pajamathon.
Yes, we can do it then. But I think it's important for everyone to debrief.
Yes,
To
Sunday
just say
evening.
how they felt. Yeah.
Sunday evening, I tentatively say Sunday evening for all the volunteers.
Yeah.
It'll be relaxed. It'll be a Zoom, and it'll be chill.
Peter, awesome. Thanks. Sign on your phone. But the nice thing is you're actually signing. So it's an online signature and it's captured as a proper signature, which is really awesome. When you send it through to the IEC, it's got your name, it's got your ID number, and it's got your signature next to it. It's really awesome that that is available. Okay. So thanks so much to all of you that have made the effort. Please get your friends and family still to do the same. Share these links. Let's just put the links out for one last time. So for those that have just come in now, it's also in the description below the video. It will be put in the first comment as well underneath the video. So you'll be able to find it there. But there's people that struggle with that too. So we're really trying to make it as easy as
Mari
possible.
and Heini correct. It's Thomas's channel, 360 degrees.
Yes,
I've never seen it
Thomas's,
before until a member told me about it, and he seems to do really cool content. So
8:35, Chantal says.
can't wait for that.
So yeah, tonight we should go to 700 and something, and hopefully we can.
We
get
could
that
trace
done.
his journey in Fibonacci math. Don't joke, Sky Phoenix.
Do it.
There has been like so many. Often we'd finish uploading a document and it will always end on a naught, a number ending in a naught, or something with a pattern, something obvious. And I still joked with them, the signature capturers, and I said all of this is a sign we're going to make it in the end. And I still said that when it was looking very, very bleak. Interesting. So 838 is what we're ending on. Now we need to really work
8:35.
hard.
Your eyes are tired.
835 now. That's awesome. We need only 835.
Thanks to all of you. We need to go sleep now. Say good night to our children. We actually have 4 children.
I've neglected them for 2 weeks straight.
I've spent time with them, but Lauren's just been working nonstop. She's going to work now till 12. I know that.
Not exactly 12, probably 12.
Well, close. Last night it was
12.
The last thing you sent out was like 19 minutes before 12. When we checked from the previous day
So
what the difference was.
once we are sorted with the IEC, I urge all volunteers to take a complete break from OHM. Switch off your OHM phone and mute us, mute the OHM groups, and go do stuff not OHM related.
Yeah, the volunteers, the people that have put all this time in now, spend time with your family.
Balance is so important.
Yeah,
take a week off, come back with energy.
Yeah, other people can jump in and help.
Definitely. But it's so important to have that mental break. Otherwise, you'll go crazy.
So just know that tomorrow OHM will be, bankrupt? Something like, not bankrupt, but like.
Well, the money we raised is going towards what it was raised
intended
for.
Yeah.
So it's fine. That's awesome. I will do that live, by the way.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, thanks, Liz, Sky, Chantal, Mari, Lizelle.
It's going to be like those cartoons where the button and you're shaking and the sweat's coming off.
Yes, to make the payment. Like MailChimp.
Yes.
The sweat's coming off before you send the mail out. Yeah, exactly like that.
Terrifying.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks
night.
for joining us. Good night.